It's Nikki Nicole. House of Nicole is up next. Keep it locked.
What's good, my people, my peeps? So, I want to talk to you guys today about being strong, and especially when you feel like everything in this world is coming against you. You know, today, when you look for help or, you look to churches and everything, it's all about prosperity ministries, Does that help people when they're this is your year, God has it for you, this is your year, everything is prosperity. Don't take me wrong. There's nothing, wrong with prosperity. But my goodness, how long has Joel Osteen been talking about prosperity? These prosperity ministers out here just, woo. Okay, I'm not going to get on a tangent or anything like that. But my goodness. And if you feel like you don't have any guidance, know that you do. You might have to crack open the Bible for yourself, guys, because nowadays, nobody's preaching about what's really going on. Anyway, I came to talk to you guys today about strength and always document everything. I learned that a long time ago. Document. People won't believe you. And sometimes they won't believe you when you have documentation. Okay? Something fell short that I didn't realize until this program I was thrown into. But you know what, guys? I think I was always a part of it. Because when I look back on my life, shoot, I can remember being in, goodness, what grade was that? Maybe third grade. Yeah, maybe third grade, when my family first went to, my dad was stationed overseas and we went to Germany. Just got there, didn't know no one, okay, on a military installation. And I believe it was my mom's friend's daughters. Or it might have been a schoolmate I had just met. It's been a long time ago, guys, but I was invited to a sleepover. So I was like, oh yeah. My mom was like, yeah. And I never had been to a sleepover. That was my first time. It was two other young ladies there. And the mother got up the next morning and got ready for work. And one of the young girls called me into the back room. And then I went back. This was after we had breakfast. We were, eating breakfast, and then we were going to go home. I live right across the street. And I went to the back room, and then another young girl came back there, and then they proceeded to jump me. Beat me down. I did not know how to fight. I was not a fighter. I had no clue. Nope, I had no clue. Went home, told my mom, they handled it. I guess they went and talked to the parents or whatever. My brother was like, oh no, I'm going to teach you how to fight today. Today. So, but it was always incidents like that, in my life, that someone was targeting, since that's the word they like to use. That's the phrase. Always in my life. But going through those trials and tribulations reminds me of David. Yep. And I love to say, David and Goliath. Yeah. David, he fought a bear and a lion. He killed a bear and a lion before he fought Goliath. Yep, young. And he was still young when he fought Goliath. Back to documentation. When I went to the police station to report my domestic violence case, It entailed where I worked, people I work with. It was huge. It was huge. It was massive. And I didn't report it for a while because I had just got the job where I was at. It's a huge company where I was working for, still am, and very, very scary. And I can remember telling the detective, I'm kind of hesitant in reporting this. Heck, it took me almost a year after the whole incident to even come forth. I said, it feels like I'm David going up against Goliath. I remember saying that clearly to that detective. He was like, don't worry, we got this. Lies they tell, lies. I gave him all the information where I worked. All of it. Do you know on that police report, the initial, he never indicated where I worked, as if I came off the streets and had no job, no nothing. I mean, I gave him everything. Cover-ups, they do. They do. It's shocking when you really truly believe that these organizations that are set up to help the American citizens, common citizens, they have wicked people in them that cover up. And until it happens to you, you'll continue to think everything is okie dokie. Yeah, didn't put all the information in. Wow. The second hospital I went to, I was taken into one of the rooms, emergency rooms, the individual rooms that you wait for the doctor to come in and evaluate you. But, I was taken in there, and the person that was with me was out in the hallway with the doctor. Didn't think twice about it. Didn't think twice about they came in and, you're going through a trauma situation. You're thinking about you. You're hurt, severely hurt. This is how bad I was hurt. They asked me, had I fallen out of a building? Was I in a car accident to break my leg like this? No. It was purely domestic violence, but I was shook at the time, going through so much. When people, unless you go through something like that, it's so easy to say, well, why you didn't say anything? Why you didn't? Why you? No, get me to the doctor, get me to the hospital. Somebody fix this because I'm in pain.
You broke my fucking leg and we went from hospital to hospital.
We gotta go back to
yes, we are. Yes, we are. Because you get to walk around and act like nothing's wrong with your life. And my life is fucked up with it.
Nicole.
And I told you about that when my leg first got broke. I don't have the money to keep up with the goddamn bills.
Shut up, Nicole. Is your lights off, Nicole?
I broke my leg. Well, I didn't break my leg. You broke my leg in December. I'm sorry. I have to live it.
I understand all that.
Did not think to check my discharge papers. They brought them in the room. I signed it. They said, we're going to have to transport you to another hospital by ambulance because you can no longer be destabilized. We have to stabilize you in order not to injure your leg any further. That's how bad it was. They put me in the ambulance down the road to the next hospital. Fast forward back to talking with the detective. Starting to get my evidence together, and so I run into a roadblock. Well, we're having an issue. We may not be able to prosecute because in your medical records it said you fell due to something that never happened, guys. Never happened. Situation that you would see on TV. I was like, I never said those words. I never said that in my discharge papers. I even talked to the chief. I said, I never said that. Well, it's in your medical records, official records. How can you fight that if at the time you're going through a crisis situation, and you're not paying attention to what or whom or whomever saying something to the nurses, the doctors, while you're in the other room. If something ever happens to you where you can at least have the presence of mind to read your discharge papers if you have to go to the hospital, read your tickets, read anything that they want you to sign. Because, my friends, they will change and put something in those records that you did not say that will be used against you and make it harder for you to prove your case. I'm not a lawyer, guys, but the person you're reporting, don't mention their name correctly to keep them out of the blog, police blogs or whatever they, so when people go to look them up and see if they've ever had any criminal charges or anybody complain against them, oh no, because the police are not documenting. They're falsifying, basically. Falsifying records. David and Goliath. Know this, that you are David. And Goliath, what happened to him at the end? You know the story. It might feel hard and it might feel like, whoa. I feel like an ant compared to all of this I'm coming up against. Remember, you are David. And the rest of this, well, they're Goliath right now. But we just stepped onto the battlefield. Right? Right. Let's get it. Much love.